Howdy. Okay, now, so here, today we're gonna be doing grilled salmon. I only cook with charcoal. So we're gonna do a grilled salmon, and trust me, you have never eaten salmon like this. The reason I got this paper, this is called a chimney. Under here, inside here you have the charcoal, okay? And the reason, okay, you put this here to light it up, but after you crumble it up, what you do is you come back and you put olive oil. This is olive oil that I'm squirting in here. You put olive oil in this, and what this does is keeps the paper from burning too fast. Okay, so you put some squirts of that. You come under here and put it under here, and I'll put it in underneath the grill. Inside the grill. And we set it on fire. Now that's it for the charcoal. When now we're gonna go inside, and we're gonna get the salmon prepared. This will take about half an hour or so for it to light up. So like I said, I only cook with charcoal. Propane's a lot easier, but with a little bit of prep time, if you got half an hour before, by the time we come back, this thing will be lit up and ready to go. I'll see you inside. Okay, so now today we're gonna do the salmon, grilled salmon. What you need for this is the salmon, olive oil spray, and Montreal seasoning. This is what we need for the salmon here. That's gonna be it. So what we do is, this is the salmon fillets or that you get like a Sam's Club, or you can get this stuff just about anywhere. It doesn't have to be this brand or anything of the sort. It's just salmon from Alaska, or this is Atlantic. But I usually get the wild caught from Alaska that's got skin on it and so on and so forth. It's a lot easier for this presentation to go with this one here. Pat it dry like so. Turn it around, pat it dry. I already did these before. Okay, so now comes the good part. And with this, we're gonna spray. This is extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna spray olive oil on these things here. That's just like the sprayer. It's a lot easier, and but you can do, if you want that, and just smear it with your hands. Now we're gonna spray olive oil on both sides, like so. And now we're gonna get the Montreal seasoning. Now this is Montreal steak seasoning. It's not fish, it's not chicken. This is Montreal steak seasoning. And I'm putting it with a sprinkle. And then what you do is very lightly. You don't want to overwhelm the salmon. Usually what I'll do is very lightly, I'll put some on there like so. That's why I do the oil. The oil, believe it or not, gives it a little sweeter taste. And you put, lightly sprinkle on the salmon, the Montreal steak seasoning. Okay. And now we're gonna turn it over, and we're gonna repeat the same process. Here we go, like so. And now just rub it on there. Again, we put the Montreal seasoning on both sides. Yeah, very lightly. You don't want to overwhelm the fish. And that's all the prep. That's all the prep for the salmon. And now all we have to do is wait for the charcoal to get going, which would be probably about another 20 minutes or so. And then we'll be good to go. So, okay, one thing that we have to remember now is that the grid, there's a grid here where you're gonna cook this. It has to be very hot. So now we're gonna leave that there for a little bit. Okay, just for a couple of seconds just to get it hot. And now also what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray olive oil. I'll do this just for you spray your olive oil before this. And then once that, it's just mainly so that the salmon doesn't stick. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay the salmon down. It's very nice and hot. You see the salmon, we're gonna put it like so. You hear that little sizzle? That means that grate is nice and hot. There we go. Now the trick to this, cooking this salmon, is it's gonna be very lightly cooked. So actually what you're doing is you're grilling it and you're smoking it basically at the same time. That's why I use charcoal all the time. I don't use the propane or anything like that. And with a little bit of planning, let's say half an hour is basically what it takes for this to light up, 20 minutes. What it takes for this a little bit of a charcoal to light up, and you'll be ready to go. And you're grilling, you're getting the smokiness of the salmon, you're getting the oils that come out, and so on and so forth. Now again, the trick to this is not to cook it very long. You'll see when we get ready to start bringing it out, we're so too soon. You see you'll see that the side of the salmon here, for example, you're gonna see the fat from the salmon start like curling, and it turn white. Once it turns white on this side, on the bottom part, because it's gonna be hot in the bottom, then that's when we flip it over, and you wait for it to get a little curling on the other side, and then that'll be it. You want to cook it nice and hot, and basically this thing usually done within 5 minutes or so, the most 10 minutes. I usually cook this on my grill, on my bigger grill, but for illustration, it's a lot easier this way. That's why I got this one here. One thing about the salmon that I must tell you. One thing I've got to tell you about this recipe. Make sure that when you cook salmon like this, you cook double the amount that you're gonna need. For example, I got 6-7 steaks here. When I'm cooking salmon by for my house here, for my wife and I, by the time I go inside, there's only 3 pieces of salmon left. Because as soon as I get them out, I'll just eat 3 pieces in a heartbeat. So by the time I go in, it's just like, oh well, this salmon only have 3 fillets. So, but anyway, you see, once you eat the salmon like this, you will never have it any other way. Okay, now we're gonna turn it. You can almost see the curling at the bottom there. It's very hard to see it in the video. So anyway, so now what we're gonna do is scrape it off here, and we're gonna turn it over. It's a little bit more difficult doing it on these small grills than it is on the bigger ones. But I know that a lot of people that are watching this video, they don't have big grills or whatever. Maybe you're doing this in an apartment, outside in your little patio, or you're doing it somewhere, maybe in a rest area, where you're traveling and do this. Now this salmon also, once it cools off, you can use it like, I usually do it on a Asian salad. Yeah, it's just like an Asian salad. Then I just flake it and put it in the salad, one little fillet per, and it is awesome to say. And then put a little bit of oil and vinegar or whatever dressing you like, and you'll be good to go. Alrighty, so it should almost be done. You can see it doesn't take very long to cook the salmon. And what we're gonna do now is just serve it on a plate here. And then, of course, we always got to try it. Make sure that it's hot. Oh yeah. It's juicy. It's flaky. Look how flaky this thing is. See how flaky that is? And it is awesome. You say it. I say when next time you do something like this, you try it. Trust me, you will not have salmon any other way. I try to dedicate some of these dishes to some of our neighbors that like the salmon. And this salmon dish is dedicated to my neighbor across the street. Her name is Alice, and my neighbor behind me, and her name is Michelle. And they love the salmon. So whenever I cook salmon, I'll get them some. But anyway, again, try the salmon cooked like this. Is again see how flaky it is? It just falls apart. And let's say you can put it in a salad. You can put it, in other dishes. But this on a salad, and you can eat it cold too. Is what I'm trying to say. You can eat it cold, and then just put a little bit of salad dressing. You go or eat it like this with green beans. You can do green beans on there, so on and so forth. But awesome. It's very good, if I may say so myself. Okay. So, excuse me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the dish, and I want you to like us on Facebook. Cuban Cooking with Candela is the Facebook page, and on YouTube is Cooking with Candela. Okay, this is Candela, and I'll see you next time. Buen apetito, buen provecho.